Welcome back to another Habs Daily News. Today, episode number 65. We have a lot to talk about. The RFA qualification, no qualification for the Montreal Canadiens. A couple of contracts they signed yesterday. And some update about the development camp and Brassard. Don't go nowhere. Here we go, guys. Let's talk about what we have for you today. The Montreal Canadiens with the qualified RFA. The Montreal Canadiens could make some trade this week. Let's give you some update about the development camp. The Montreal Canadiens signed 2 players. The free agency frenzy starts tomorrow at 12 p.m. We're going to be live. And then we have a lot of NHL news around the league. So let's dive in about the first thing I want to talk about. The Montreal Canadiens qualified 5 players. Kirby Dach, they got him on the trade last week. The goaltender Samuel Montembeault and Caden Primo. 2 prospect players or in the affiliation on the club farm is Schnarr and Destel. Now, did not give any offer qualification to 3 players. Rem Pitlick. Again, I will repeat for Pitlick, guys, we understand what he accomplished with Montreal. Because he have a good stat with the Montreal Canadiens, if he don't accept the deal for Montreal, he can go on the salary arbitration. And now Montreal have to possible to pay $2 million. They cannot afford already 11 winger with the team at that moment. So it's only about the salary cap, the biggest problem with Rem Pitlick. Now the possible July 13 as a UFA, he can resign with the Montreal Canadiens. The situation will go with the defenseman Glag. Honestly, he was claimed by the Los Angeles King, and now he's going to be released by the Montreal. He's going to go on the UFA. Nothing to do with him with the session with Team Canada 2018 whatsoever. He played with the team. Finally, Josh Brook, a 2nd overall pick by the Montreal Canadiens at 2017, I believe. Obviously, with a big injury last year on the right knee, never recovery, and the Montreal Canadiens dropped him from the AHL to ECHL. You don't see to keep him around the team. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow at 12 p.m., this is the open of the UFA 2022 NHL. We're going to be live at 11:30. Now, here, 3 players could be traded this week. Again, it's only possible, and I said it will happen. Jeff Petry, Jake Allen, and possible Christian DVORAK. Now, Petry, we know his story. We know he requested last year. We know he would prefer to play in USA, and I can go along with this forever. But this is my destination for Petry this week, Dallas. I will propose Jeff Petry and Hoffman and return the Montreal Canadiens, get the goaltender Kudobin, first pick overall, plus a prospect or another pick. I believe this could be helping the Montreal Canadiens a long term. They drop about $11 million. They get Kudobin, and this Kudobin could be a good asset for 2 things. First, Jake Allen could be traded, or Carey Price could be not returned, or it could also to be sent to American Hockey League if necessary. Now, the Jake Allen, only they trade him if they get a great deal. And a great deal is maybe something where they can get a first-round pick in return, or destination Edmonton Oilers, and Montreal can return to get and return Dyson Barrie, right defenseman, if Petry is gone. It could make that trade bigger and targeting Belgian Javi, and maybe Montreal can send Hoffman in return. And now Edmonton get another great sniper with the team. Everything here is possible. I don't say it will happen. I just give you some option. Finally, talking about option, the Christian DVORAK option, guys, it could happen. And the reason why they can get something good in return is $4.5 million. And Montreal can go to another direction where they can sign Colin White at $2 million or get thrown for the Chicago Blackhawks, Dylan, lower, cheaper at DVORAK. And now you have that line of Zuski, Dak, White, Ostrom, even Poland. So you can see those situation in Montreal dropped about $2.5 million less on the salary cap. Again, this guy, between you and me, is only option I can see this week for the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal signed yesterday Michael PEZZETTA, 24 years old, 1 year, $750,000. It's only one way. And he has last year, I apologize, is 51 game, not 11 game. 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. But we know who he is. Energetic, he's not scared, fight if it's necessary. He played his role really well with the Montreal Canadiens. So the players, the team likes him a lot. SCHRADER, left defenseman, never be drafted in NHL, 26 years old, signed a 1-year contract with the Montreal at 2 ways. He can go back and with Laval if necessary. And 24 game with Montreal have 6.2 goals, 4 assists. Finally, the Laval Rocket signed 2 players for next year, Ren Francis and Brendan Stoner. So that's happening with the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. Now, the development camp, guys, we got a couple of news yesterday. 2 players got hurt during the day. The defensemen, both of them are defensemen, left defensemen. The NCAA, Jaden Stubble, and Gianni Fairbrother for the Laval Rocket left. I don't see we're going to see them for the rest of the week. Not on the ice is Albert Ajak and Jan Mizak, Cooley, and MEILLEUR. All 4 got hurt the last couple of weeks on man, and they are not to be participate on the development camp. Now, Sevkowski, guys, after he was riding some testing on the bike stationary, you have to watch this. It was unbelievable. And they asked him, so, oh my God, what do you do? He said, I want to demolish everything here. So that's kind of the player he is to be around, look like, and the people love him a lot. We expect also sign a new contract with him very soon. The next 2-3 days, expect Sevkowski get an entry-level contract from the Montreal Canadiens. Again, everything look like we don't know if he's going to be with the Montreal Canadiens, could go to the Laval Rocket, or many of usually of them return in Europe to complete their last year of the contract. One player was really impressive yesterday was Sean Farrell from the Harvard University NCAA, was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens 2 years ago as a 4th round. And people love him a lot. He's really skilled, great passing. He's just small, but he was really impressive for what we heard from people at the development camp. Now, the Habs UFA. It starts tomorrow. I want to give you what I expect for them. Active or not active depends. They are limited by the salary cap. I believe they're going to be a little bit more active with trade, but not much on the UFA. If this sign is going to be a lower profile players, what I said, a bottom 6 forward or a second, third pairing defenseman. The targeting for me, I would like Montreal is Vadrano, Colin White we expect, Obi Kubel for the Colorado Avalanche. And those 3 players, guys, what they have in common for Obi Kubel and Vadrano is the speed. I love the speed. White is really talented with skill, but is prone injury. And I think they can get them at a lower price. Now you can also get Dylan Strome on the UFA. Or Big Stat guy is a guy who's only 29. And he got only a contract less than $1 million. What I like from him is a 6'6". And I think could helping the line of the center if DVORAK got traded. Finally, they can resign rapidly. They are my players. They have many, many guys. It's unbelievable the number of the players are no job and they're looking to get signed by the NHL tomorrow. Here we go. Let's finish this episode with the NHL news today. The Colorado Avalanche signed for 6 years, 6.1 Valerie Nikoshkin. The Pittsburgh Penguins, after they announced they're not going to keep Malkin with the team, they signed Raquel. Raquel came for the trade deadline from the Anaheim Ducks, signed a contract with Pittsburgh. The Los Angeles Kings signed Lias Anderson, draft from the New York Rangers. And then Gustrom signed, of course, a contract with the Kings. Big trade between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators. The Toronto got their goaltender for next year, Matt Murray. The Avalanche announced Joe Sakic going to become the president of the hockey operation for the team. And the Malkin Samsonov is going to be 2 players now on the UFA. It's very interesting where they're going to go. the Washington did not qualify Samsonov. Then the goalies carousel, it's going again. We talk about Quamper, look like Washington. Campbell could become now Edmonton. We have Samsonov now available, where they are all going to be in the next 24 to... Finally, the Hawks announced the assistant coach staff for upcoming season. Here we go, guys. Episode number 65, done deal. We have a lot to talk about today. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the show, sharing this video. And below this video, please leave me your comments. And finally, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody.